What is going on, guys? Welcome back. Commentary for you. Before I do another Madden All-Pro football comparison, I want to take a couple minutes to ask, do some of you guys want the game to get better? I say that because Cecil here, you can have a kicker do that pause and still not block the kick. I've seen it a bunch. And I respond, record a clip where the user has the kicker freeze and the kick is not blocked. He responds, he doesn't have any recording software. He goes into practice, does it anyway. Appreciate that, Cecil. Thank you for doing it. But he shows me a clip where he is on defense, mistimes a leap, and doesn't block the kick even after the kicker froze. And, listen, in All-Pro football, I was the kicker. I was showing you guys the variations. We have to have honest responses to each other. I still would love to see a clip where the kicker freezes for the user and it's not blocked. Secondly, Andre, we've had a bunch of conversations, man. I love, again, the support that you give me. I appreciate you coming to the channel. Over 600 online games in Madden 18. No one has ever blocked one of your kicks. Online lags never factored into it. I need to see something. This is what we used to do as a community. Smitty put up a video. I'll put a link down in the description. I recommend you take 4 minutes out of your day to go watch it. Authentic Physical Interactivity in Madden 25 talks about how realistic this play was. I disagreed with it. So I actually took the video, did my own video about it, and talked about why I thought, not that Smitty was wrong, but from a different perspective, how the game could still be improved. Now, with that said, for those of you asking why that video is private, that video was flagged. But regardless, this is what we used to do as a community. Myself, Virtual Footballer, we used to do the turning point. We would each play a game online against each other and pick a play that we thought was the turning point in the game and then do a breakdown with our own perspectives on it and talk about why we thought that was the most important play or what could be improved or where it damaged simulation football, because to me that's really the only way we're going to get a game better. I don't knock anybody trying to promote Madden or discuss Madden, but the fact of the matter is when I go out in the community now, not the sim community, but the Madden community, there are guys in the Game Changer program. There are guys in the competitive community that are putting up gameplay breakdowns at a much higher rate than us, the simulation football community, the guys that should be doing the heavy lifting of simulation football, if you will. I personally think we need to get back to that point. Still do an hour podcast talking about Madden, but show some gameplay to back it up and say, listen, here's things that need to be fixed or here's things that are great, and let's discuss it as a community. You've got way too many people out here that are sitting there and doing that work for us in ways I don't technically agree with, because they're showing, well, this game is realistic as Randy Moss caught 98 out of 100 touchdowns. Forget the fact that so much of it was animation driven. It's Randy Moss. He deserves them because, hey, he's Randy Moss. And then when you do a video like I'm about to do, people are going to come out and question and say, well, which game is better? Why is one game better than the next? But we have to have these conversations, man. We have to talk about gameplay, and we have to show realistic examples. There is no one right and wrong in a lot of this. There's a gray area in between where we're trying to make the game better, and that's, like I said, my original point. Do some of you want Madden better? Do some of you just want Madden to stay the same because you're good at it now, you love it, and you're afraid that it's going to change, and you might not be as good as you are now? Personally, I think for a lot of you, that probably is way too accurate of a statement. But for me, I want Madden better. And if it's a 10-year-old game or a PC game or an independent game or a card game that's going to do it, then that's a conversation I need to have visually and show you, listen, this is what's right. This is what I think needs changed. This is where we are. Because I promise you, we can sit here and do podcast after podcast after podcast for the last decade, where we all can agree Madden has been lacking in certain areas. Talking about it isn't creating that change. And not to say that visualizing it will, but it does a whole lot more to win people over and see your point when you visualize something rather than just say it. And for those of you that want to say I'm wrong or say that I'm not right about this game, great. I love that. I really relish that opportunity for communication about making this game better. But we have to be honest with each other. And honesty in a lot of ways starts with the footage, starts with the gameplay. And that's what a lot of us aren't doing. Love to know your thoughts on this. Appreciate you checking it out. I will be back very shortly with more commentary.